Warheads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark. You almost gave me a false start on that one with that real stretch.
I fumbled a little bit, and I'm sorry, but
I covered
also
for you.
I'm really mad. I finally get to do a normal opening, and it got interrupted. Today we're talking about the Unbroken Faith Yunara, who was released July 16th, 2025. I haven't done that in so long. Yeah. Feels good in my soul.
I was kind of excited. Yeah, I was kind of excited to talk about this one, just because it's like you said, doing a champion. Oh, it's like we're going back into the old swing of things for just a second here. It's kind of nice, you know.
Not just a new champ too, but a new champ that's actively tied into an event that's happening. So we know we're getting some more shit on it.
I'm curious to see how this is going to go. I'll be very interested in Yunara, because I'm interested to see how she, like you said, exists in this new context that we're being presented with.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess full disclosure, this may very well be part 1 of 2 or something, I guess, depending on how the rest of the Spirit Blossom event unfolds in client. But we're talking about what's available right now, which is bio and cinematic, comic, and the beat 'em up.
The beat 'em up in client game. On the universe page, it's only her bio linked, which isn't really a bio almost.
Found footage bio.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not like your typical like just explaining where this character came from and what they're doing now. But it just is making me frustrated how useless the universe page is at this point. Just get rid of it. I don't know. Like, you put her up there and then you didn't put any of the other lore on it, and it's like, I don't know.
You have YouTube videos that you have been creating to archive these things. I feel like the Devoted Shrine Maiden comic, right? It's a good example of something that should probably... Yeah. Is it up there? I don't know.
No.
Well, if it is, it's not linked. It might be one of those mysterious unlinked ones, but...
Yeah. Oh, no, I thought you meant on the universe page.
Oh.
I was...
I do think it's on. Well, I don't know if it's on the YouTube actually. I know
they were talking so much shit, and I was like, I don't actually remember what's going on there.
From what I heard.
No, it's not. It's just a bio, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I heard on the Discord, there's now also, who is it? God, I need to pull up the Discord now. But someone has authorization to put all of the comics on X/Twitter. So
don't call it X. Or that's what you'll be to me.
Damn, Spider Axe. So Spider Axe houses the motion comics and mini games on the League Wiki. Okay, so yeah, Spider Axe is one of the mods on the wiki, so they're hosting all of those on the wiki now. I know they weren't doing kind of motion comics before because those were difficult, but they're all on the wiki now, even if they're not on Universe, which I thought, according to the merge, those would essentially be the same, but maybe that's a future state thing. Who fucking knows?
I don't know either, but I mean, I guess to bring it back to the point of, there's a bunch of shit that's out for her. And if you're going to go to the effort of making her a universe page and putting a bio up there, couldn't you also just like embed some YouTube link, some videos? Right. I don't know, you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah. I think so.
Whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. They do exist. That's the nice part, is that they at least exist. It's not that, there's nothing there because she has nothing. It's just they just didn't put it there. So
yeah,
I'll take it. She got a cool title. I want to call out right out the gate. She got a cool title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Did we say it?
Yeah, I did say it. I just
Yeah, I know.
Well, now I can't fucking remember it. The Unbroken Faith. I thought it was fine. It didn't really.
Oh really? I don't know.
I don't know why.
I liked it.
Yeah. I
guess I liked it more than like the
think of a dumb one.
The Blank of Ionia.
Oh yeah. I don't like those either usually.
The Faith of Ionia, right? You could have easily made it a lot less interesting. I want something that sounds a little like a Magic the Gathering card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she could definitely be a planeswalker. I mean, I guess kind of in a literal sense of the term, she is, right?
Right. Yeah.
I do also like the way it ties into her character too. Like, given the title, you could feel like she I guess just has a lot of blind faith in everything, but she's really negative about a ton of shit, but but she's got faith where it counts.
It's true. That's true. Well, you want to talk about the bio?
Sure. By Tristana Atanasowski.
Ooh.
Are you looking for the author?
Oh, I just said the author.
Well, sorry, you went all tinny on me, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I was like, we were just sitting in silence, and I was like, oh god, who's?
He gave me a look. I was like, did I pronounce it wrong? I mean, I probably did pronounce it wrong. I'm sorry, Christina.
No, you just went all tinny. You just turned into a robot for about 2 seconds. I was like, I don't know what they're saying. I'm sorry.
He did the author.
Okay, dope. Okay, great. Thank you. God bless you.
Flying.
Because Ryan didn't on the universe page. Okay, yeah, you want me to do it? It's fine, do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure, right? Back in the old saddle, yeah. It's like John said, right? It's kind of similar to what we saw with Mel, and we haven't read it, I don't think, or at least I haven't, but I think the new Victor bio was kind of done this way, where it's sort of more of an in-universe piece of media that we are looking at. And I think in here it is fragments of like manuscript that they have found in the Koshin temple during a restoration project. And they are all missives or diary kind of entries from Yunara writing about while she's in the spirit realm, right? And so I guess if you haven't followed anything with Yunara, the basic setup is she is in the spirit realm, kind of keeping watch over a darken that lays there in this temple, the Temple of Twilight. Does that all track? That's right?
So far, so
I'm not
good,
wrong
baby.
about that? Okay, great. Because a lot of this is kind of like talked around, but no one just flat out says, I'm Yunara. I'm guarding the Temple of Twilight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of inferring with a lot of Yunara.
Yeah, I'm glad. I would have loved to have done the bio summary because I like to do them, and I'm getting to the end of this one, and I was like, I don't know how to summarize. I don't really know what I just read. I feel like I can't put the pieces together that they want me to.
It's a little, but we can talk about it. Well, let's get through the actuals, right? From her perspective, she's in the spirit realm. She's talking about how she's fighting off the Azakana, who are showing up. They're attracted to the darken that lays there, the power that he kind of has. She makes reference to, times about dealing with the fallen ones, who she later refers to as darken. She's remembering the time she spent training with the Kinku, and her old masters, and how they had trained them up to fight the darken, but it was kind of a fool's errand. And then later on, how she was the fist of the shadow at one point, for the Kinku, and did in fact like interact with Kennen. This is something we'll see also in the game.
I guess technically speaking, she's never been fired. She's still fist of the shadow, technically.
Well, no, there's something that says in one of these where she's like, even that role I had to like. Well, it's not my pop shield. Even that role I had to leave. So I think she stepped down. She was in forced early retirement to the spirit realm. Essentially, she also talks about how she's just stuck in there. She's just kind of in an endless vigil. So she just kind of spends her time training, or she's got her weapons. Who wants to try and pronounce it? The Aeon Erna. That's how she says. I think she says it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wrote it down, and
okay. She has it in a voice line.
It's probably in a voice line somewhere that I just.
It is, yeah. How she's like, oh well, I guess I'll just try using it for this or that. I got nothing else to do. To the point where she says that when she's in the days where she's not meditating, just kind of like start to blur into each other because she's just stuck there the whole time. And then eventually she kind of gets sort of a vision of, some stranger. She's like, she doesn't know if it's a vision or a premonition or just like a wayward dream or nightmare of some stranger, this wrapped in, hidden in foreign robes, and she doesn't know what it is, but she, if it's a threat or what, but that there's certainly some things afoot, and she has to remain vigilant and ready. You know what I mean to say?
Yeah. And for the record,
that's mostly it.
Aeon Erna.
Aeon Erna, yeah.
It's not how I was saying it in my head. It didn't sound nearly that lovely.
Thank you. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what y'all think of it overall? There are little things y'all like. Are there little details to talk about more?
I'll say it is definitely an interesting approach to a bio that can be fun. Because I pay attention to the crap that's getting to the stuff that's getting released. I'm so sorry. I meant to say shit, and then I was like, well, don't call it shit. And then
Soften the blow a little.
My brain settled on crap, but I really meant stuff. Anyway, but I kept feeling like I don't know if this is a reference to someone I'm supposed to know or if this is a mystery.
Oh, like the cloaked figure?
The cloaked figure, yes, but then just kind of everything else. I'm like, am I supposed to know what this vague idea is, or am I not supposed to know that yet?
Right. Yeah, I definitely felt that for a lot of this too. I do think some things are probably going to be made more clear. Some things maybe are already clear and I just missed them. I had a few questions, I guess, overall. I was a little confused on the timeline on this one because we're getting journal entries from when she was in the spirit realm, but they were found during a temple restoration, and it kind of seems like the temple that she was in the spirit realm in, like, kind of just popped back, right? Like, are they doing a restoration of the temple that literally, like, just popped back like a day ago?
Surely not. I mean,
and why are they only finding fragments if so, right?
See, my guess, the way I would hand wave this is that like little bits, little crumbs fall through the old sieve there. You know what I mean to say? Like there's little bits that will kind of transfer the barrier. Not whole pieces. You can't get a whole manuscript. Whoa. Well, you can get a fragment. You can read about how she's like, I bathed in the spirit waters and for some reason I like feel really good. I don't know what that's about, if that's a reference or if it's just that like or if it's supposed to just underlie that like I still do miss being able to bathe in hot water. Which I don't get in the spirit realm, I suppose. It's broken. They only got the cold water working.
Can't get HVAC in here.
Right. Or if it's specifically tied to just like they wanted to sort of nod about her kit or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's another thing, right? It's kind of vague and I don't know what it's in reference to. It kind of like you said, it's a little hard to say with Yunara because I'm hoping that this is the start to a story.
Right.
And we're going
to
end at a point where she's a fully rich and developed character. So this could always be set up, right? This is just Act 1 for Yunara. It kind of has that feeling. I kind of hope.
I want to know who two things. One, who the badass sounding Darkin was that they referenced here. The one that's summoned by blood.
Yeah, I was going to talk about these.
Who's that?
I'm pretty sure so a lot of people have been thinking this is Shalani from Legends of Runeterra.
Oh.
Does she also have fans? Is that also who Fan is?
No, Fan is a different one. Fan is another Legends of Runeterra Darkin called Pra, Praa, Pra the Breachwalker.
Okay.
So that's the thing, right? Is that in Runeterra you can either have an equipment that is the weapon or you can have the Darkin. And Pra is the Darkin fan, which is Ionia like coded. You know what I mean to say? It's like an Ionia card, right? So it's tracking. It makes sense. And then I think Shalani is the one we talked about. Shalani in some other episode,
right?
I remember which, who does like blood hemo, almost kind of like a hemomancy healing type situation. So I think that's what the blood and stuff is supposed to be referenced to. I don't know if this is just like a quick like nod that she's like people like Shalani, like she's a fan favorite. I think.
Fan. Right. That's Pra.
You've really lost me on the names there. Couldn't follow that.
So you got,
but everything else.
Yeah, don't worry about it. A couple Darkin.
Yeah.
So I think they're just Darkin. But what I thought was interesting was that she calls them Fallen Ones in the earlier entries, and then later on switches to calling them Darkin.
Yeah.
And also early in the comic prior to Bio 2 is when they're still kind of the false Kanmai.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even gotten the Fallen One title yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they just didn't know, right? Until that's something she had no idea who the fuck they were until maybe going into the Twilight when her friend was like, that's me too, guys, and that's where she probably got a big lore drop. Be my guess.
Something like that. Yeah, for sure. I actually wanted to talk about we'll talk about the comic at some point because it's good to revisit it. Because broadly, when I went back and watched the comic, I found it feels like there's a lot of very intentional inaccuracies in the comic coming back to it. Which makes sense. It's being told as a legend.
Yeah, it's like a Spirit Blossom story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we didn't know that at the time, so we kind of took it all at pretty much face value.
Good point.
You know, I saw a lot of people talking about like, damn, Yunara went to Sparrow Home because she was hot for fucking that sexy Darkin. You know what I mean to say? It's like she was so like devoted to him. But I mean, this obviously sets a much different context that she's, you know, she sees as like her duty or whatever. You know what I mean to say?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more if we go back to the comic.
I did have something else that stuck out to me, which I guess also stuck out after I went back and read the comic. So she's protecting the Temple of Twilight, right? Which I think up till this point, we don't necessarily have a ton of context around that temple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems to be where the Darkin is laid up.
Right. I assume that is a temple that people maybe used to worship or kind of give thanks to whatever the spirit was that she initially reached out to in the comic. Which I only think because all of their clothes in the comic are just like, they're just stars. It's just a robe that's all stars and shit. I'm really curious. We know that the Darkin were ascended. We know that the ascended were created using powers from aspects. I'm really curious if whoever this Darkin was created using, you know, the aspect of Twilight's powers.
I mean, maybe it could also be, I mean, this is a place where they're holding a Darkin in some capacity, and that's what the aspect of Twilight sort of bestowed upon Runeterra in the first place, was the ability to contain them within weapons and stuff. It is interesting, right? The star thing is very interesting, like you said. Like, I mean, it absolutely reads, and looking at it, even if you look back at the comic, we can just talk about it now, why not? Like, they've got images of one of the Kanmei, right, when it's like, oh, things are good. And it's wielding fans, right? We've got the mention of fan here. Like, I feel like that's intentional, right?
Yeah.
There's a way they phrase it in the comic where they say that like everything's all chill because humans know their place, which is like, that's a weird way of phrasing it. You know what I mean to say? Like, if someone said that to you, you'd be like, I mean, technically, yeah, I do. Like, maybe if they said humans stay in their lane, it's like, okay, maybe that's a little more like
That's a little different. Know their place is a very different tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it reads very interesting, as if that, like I said, as if, like, I think we talked about this in one of the previous episodes recently, maybe about the comic, the idea of the Darkin coming in sort of like culturally, like cultural parasitism or whatever, like taking, like using these images, be like, oh, okay, well, we'll make that, or we'll mantle that onto our, yeah, right, and we'll kind of leverage these pre-existing like cultural mores and ideas to get, you know, worshipped and shit. So
which we do see in the beat 'em up, right?
I guess I
mean, not
remember the broad
necessarily
strokes of the
with
beat 'em up.
Darkin, but like that's exactly what like the spirits are doing in that. They're just like, oh, wait a minute. They're making themselves look like, you know,
that is true. Yeah.
The what is it? Not the Brood Mother. That's something. That's StarCraft. The
Grove Mother.
Yeah, the Grove Mother. Just like, you know, just making themselves look like spirits that, you know, are good and worshipped, even though they're not. It's not them.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot that's what they're doing in it, but you're absolutely right. And then she has a voice line too, where she says, I don't have the exact wording, but it's like, you know, people who speak about the war of the false Kanmei know nothing. And I was like, oh, okay, this is like, you know, this is interesting. You know what I mean to say? I'm kind of liking this. It's a subtle thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, right? Or it's just like this through a weird interpretive, you know, lens, right?
I do hope we get some more specific stories around it. That'd be very cool.
Yeah, I also want that.
I know, like, when we did the Master Yi lore, we were kind of, I don't know, I feel like we were blue-balled a bit on, like, man, who are these fucking giants that came down that had to be conquered by the, you know, fucking original bestial, but I hope we get some answers and some stories around this, because it sounds cool as hell.
Yeah. And Rebecca, you had been talking about, like, you weren't sure about, at the end, it mentioned somebody cloaked in foreign robes. I was wondering if this is a reference to both LeBlanc and Xinjiao, right? They're both it could be described in that way, and one is a threat and one is an ally, right? So that could explain maybe why she's in this sort of weird vision she's having. She's experiencing confusion, or like she's not sure.
I like
right?
that.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know if that's intentional. It could just be LeBlanc. right?
Could be LeBlanc
Anything
as
could be
Xinjiao.
LeBlanc, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Which I'm sure we'll see at some point. Now, did you guys
That'll
find
be fun.
it?
I want to Sushin.
Did you find it funny that they mentioned that the temple specifically was warded against all intrusions, even dreams?
Even dreams.
That seems like such a specific fuck you to Lysandra.
Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed here either.
We know what you can do, bitch. Not here.
She shows up. She shows up, and it's like we're at capacity.
Right,
And
there's
fucking
fucking
Lily is sitting over there.
Only 2 allowed.
Nocturne is the fucking bouncer. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Because he's from there, right? He's from the spirit realm. Oh, dude, that's great. Holy shit! Oh my god, I'm loving that. Oh, gross.
Now, this is, I guess, slightly tied to the whole Xinjiao thing. This was another voice line that stuck out to me, and I guess there's a lot of different ways that this could be interpreted, and I'm probably over reading into it. But she does have a voice line when she encounters Xinjiao that says, like, hello again, friend. You and me must defeat the enemies of Ionia once again. And, like, I mean, that could be a reference to just assuming that you'd played the beat 'em up where she and Xinjiao beat up the enemies. But I'm also really curious if, like, one thing that really stuck out to me, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, about the beat 'em up is Xinjiao's spear breaks at the end of it.
I mean, that's a massive thing.
So he has no spear. I have to assume he's going to be getting a glaive at some point, and this is like a quote
My man need
to that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
My man need a glaive.
Yeah.
Oh no, the spear broke.
The spear, no. If only there were another similar weapon around.
Right?
I hope it's not cursed.
He's asking for that glaive, man. Come
Mark.
on.
Which we called real early on. I'm proud of us.
Oh yeah. Y'all had that for sure.
That's funny though.
Yeah, that's what I assume that quote is in reference.
For sure. That absolutely feels like that's what it's for. Yeah, I don't know. For the bio, I was going to mention the bit where I do like the bit where she's trying to find other things to do with her weapon, because it's like, I got so much time. I'll use it to make stairs and shit. I was going to ask, what would you use it for? And you can't use it for sex stuff. It's a sacred fucking Ionian relic.
So, and also, what makes you think we were going to go there?
Weapons kept or weapons wasted, I suppose.
Now, can I make them vibrate? Is that
for unrelated
reasons? It's what Ionia would want.
Been Waylay? I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. I don't actually have an answer to that. I just wanted to make the sex stuff joke.
No. Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know.
Contact juggling.
I feel like the stepping stones is the
I'll
fun
rock the
thing.
Ren Fair.
I guess it would depend on their makeup, right? Like,
why are your stones wearing makeup?
Are they hollow? Do they have a different sound? Because, like, if I could like
music with them.
if I could like make a drum set out of them, just like a full fucking Neil Peart 360 spin drum set, it'd be cool as hell.
That'd be a good ass skin, honestly. Drum set Yunara, Pentakill Yunara, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
or maybe True Damage Yunara. She throws all of the. I don't know.
That'd be sick.
What's a circular? Yeah.
She'd be great in True Damage, I feel like.
It's completely unrelated, but I saw it on a random YouTube comment the other day.
Love it. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently none of the... I think someone mentioned that none of the True Damage champions deal true damage.
Great. Whoa.
I waited so long to hear it.
You're welcome.
I could not care fucking less.
Yeah. To be fair, you should have been expecting something that you would care about that much about.
Why did it take you 8 years to get the sentence out?
Because I was mixing a lot of things in my mind. I have ADHD. You can't yell at me for this.
Now that you have this diagnosis, our lives are fucking ruined. It's okay. It's okay. Don't try to explain your mind jumping all over the place.
I'm imagining. I know this. I remembered reading it on a Heart Steel music video though. So I don't know if I'm just misremembering, but I think
it's not even true. You just made it up.
I could have just made it up.
I think you may have made it up. No, it sounds right.
For the record, I never fact checked it, so it could be wrong. So
great.
Anyway, shit.
I think that's all the stuff for the bio I had.
Mark, what would you do with the rocks?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
I think I said contact juggling. I was making a joke, but I don't know.
Oh, juggling is fun.
You said contact juggling.
What's that?
How many of those do you have? That's a lot to fuck. You only got 2 hands,
you have two hands. You need. I think she got 6. She might have 8. I know her passive stacks to 8. But you know what? They're magic. You don't actually have to be able to juggle. That's the cool thing about it.
They float around.
You just make it look like
you have to. Making
fake contact juggling.
I love that. Actually, that's hilarious because nobody would know. You can hustle everybody.
Great, awesome! I can swing $15 at a Ren fair.
Yeah. I mean, but if you do that 1,000 times, you know.
If you enjoyed the show, put a 1, put a 5, put a 10 in the old basket there.
You both said huzzah to the tipper at the exact same fucking time, by the way, that I don't know if you realize that you both said it.
I did.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
You've never been to a Ren fair, am I right?
Yeah.
The only other thing I wanted to mention is, like, really at the start, after she fights the little Azakana, she mentions that she had been avoiding the temple entrance, and that this kind of incidentally brought her close to it. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if it's like why that was. Is it a temptation to want to go back? Is it like trying to forget about the life she left behind? Because I read on the wiki she'd been in there for 1,000 fucking years. Like, I don't know if that's true. I would like to know. That's actually a question she asks in one of her VO, which I thought was really interesting, that she asked Kenan how long she's been away. And I want to see the answer to that. 1,000 years is a long ass time. Especially, like, I guess she can kind of meditate, hypersleep it. It kind of reads like from the bio, but it's still wild.
But, like, having, like, some Netflix might be nice, you know?
She just trains.
Someone get her an Xbox.
It's amazing she's not insane. That's the thing, right? It's like she would just be insane.
Right?
You should never be able to lose with her.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting. That's like in the very first entry, and that doesn't really come up again. But
it's interesting too because I had a completely different interpretation, I feel like yours is probably more right. But like the way I was reading it was almost like a personal challenge, right? Like she always tries to beat back the Kanmai well before they push her back to that point, and this was like the first group of Kanmai that was able to like stress her enough that she actually had to go back to that point. Because I know they did mention that like normally she's much better at defeating them, but this group had like 2 really strong ones that kind of fucked her up a little bit. So I was like, yeah, normally I try to keep them out here, but these ones push me back.
Interesting.
It doesn't got a punch. She does. I mean, after that, she's like, okay, I'm gonna start having to like patrol the grounds on top of all the other shit I do around here. So I mean, maybe that's it, honestly. And even at the start, she's like, I mistook the sound of them scampering about as like. She says like rain, which I thought was interesting. The idea that you get rain in the spirit realm, that's kind of interesting.
Well, I have to assume.
That might be nice. Imagine if every day was exactly the same too. Like the weather was always the same for 1,000 years. You need a little variation.
Unless this is supposed to be not in the spirit realm, like an entry before that she went over. But the very next entry is in the spirit realm. So,
again, really tough to get the timeline on those ones.
Yeah.
Just going back to our initial point.
I remember when I started that, I didn't think she was in the spirit realm yet.
Yeah, I thought the first one was not in the spirit realm. Mm-hmm. Well, because I
you'd have no reason
the other
to
ones.
Think,
yeah.
So, do you want to talk about the the game next, or we
Yeah,
talk
sure.
about the cinematic or whatever?
I actually
Cinematic
don't
technically
have a ton of notes about the game. I think the main things that stuck out were obviously the spear breaking, which was pretty big. I guess just one more point to strengthen my point of her still being the fist is, it doesn't seem like she left for sure, right? But it doesn't seem like she ever actually stepped down, because Kenan did specifically say like, "Your post abandoned." I never thought.
I guess that was a line I wanted to talk about, because I wasn't sure if he meant like the idea that she would not be at the Temple of Twilight. Like that was the post he was referring to, was her watch, quote unquote, over that temple.
Interesting.
And he had never thought that she would not be there. And it did, we see at the end of it, right? I guess do you want like a quick I mean, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's a little beat 'em up game in the client. Bunch of demons show up. Shinjao and Yunara gotta fight them back. Like Yunara shows up pretty early on. They start working along together to kind of beat back the demons. And there's kind of stronger ones who, like John said, are there's one who's kind of taking on the mantle of the Spirit Blossom Morgana skin, the Grove Mother, and kind of pretending to be that to like take advantage of the people and whatever, and drain them of their souls or whatever. They find him back, and eventually we see that Kenan's there at the end, like John was saying, and he's kind of like, "Oh shit, Yunara, you're here." And as they're kind of having this denouement, it seems like the Twilight Temple has kind of popped back into existence, where it was not there on the side of a mountain before, and all of a sudden, like these bells start going off, and they talk about these wards being breached. So. And we see Otacon running around in the forest at one point. So it's like, I'm pretty sure that LeBlanc's crew has broken into the vault, and they're going to go try and get the glaive. And so Shinjao and Yunara kind of, and maybe Kenan potentially, are gearing up to go stop that.
Yeah. And I think maybe something that, I don't know if this ever comes up in the bio. This might be kind of the first instance we see of this, but Kenan and Yunara, old friends, because there's only ever been one Heart of the Temple, or only ever been one. God, what is he? The not the eye, not the fist, the
voice of the. I think they the voice of the Tempest.
Heart?
Is that what you're looking for?
Is it just Heart of the Tempest?
Well,
I think that's his heart.
That's his title.
That's his,
I think
champion title for
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, what the fuck? Oh, we got the fist, the eye,
the butt.
What I think is happening is I think they're actually rewriting Kenan's role within the Kinku.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, I think appropriately, because what she mentions, I think this is either in the bio or maybe in here in the game. This is like a single line, but she talks about how she, as the fist, right, the eye kind of makes judgment, and then it's kind of. You look to the eye for like judgment or like whatever analysis. I don't remember what she says. And you look to the heart for wisdom, which is not at all what Kenan's role was before. Kenan's role was like I think I remember ripping on him for being like a glorified messenger. Yeah,
he was like a newsie. He was just like flying around.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
people.
And I think they're like that's dumb, and that's not
dumb.
nearly as interesting as like he's there to give the emotional like okay, but we need a.
He's their Jiminy Cricket.
That temper.
Like.
Yeah, he's their conscience. That's right. Yeah, which makes sense. He's a Yordle. That lines up way better. So I think they've just rewritten it, and I think that's good. I like the heart. I like tying it into his title more than him just being and it also what it raises it handles another complaint from back in the Kenan episode. They listened to our episode.
They know it.
Because I remember we said, wait, so you can train to be one of these three kinds of you can train in one of these three practices, but are you ever gonna replace Kenan? Because it seems like you're only ever going to be assistant manager to Kenan or whatever. So it makes sense. It's just him. Yeah. So maybe no one trains him.
Kenan is the only person who has ever held this title, and he held it back when Yunara was the fist, and
so
they're
don't worry
old
about
besties.
It. Yeah.
Why don't I ever have any students?
He kind of is to everybody. I don't know.
I say old besties. I feel like she probably has roughly... I feel like she has largely the same issues with the Kinku that Akali does, but also seems very judgmental of Akali for her shit.
Yeah, she's an interesting one for a call. Like, yeah, you said friends. I was gonna say she's kind of like they're kind of like frenemies. I don't know. She calls him meek and shit like that. She really does not like the Kinku right now,
especially right now. It seems like she had a lot more respect for them before, including Kennen. But like, it seems like now she very much doesn't like Shen now.
Who does?
And
that was mean. I'm sorry, Shen's fine.
No, it's fine. I get it. And definitely, it seems like the majority of her problem with the Kinku and Kennen right now is mostly just like their inaction, right? Which is most people's problem with the Kinku.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky because there's a couple lines she has that make reference as if that was a problem she had with the Kinku back in the day, right? She has a line about like, oh. Like on the one hand, she is very much like, oh, the old Kinku would have never been like this. But then she has other lines where she's like, oh, I see that even though the lands have changed, my brethren haven't. It's like, oh, the Kinku are fucking stuck in a quandary again. Everybody gotta wait for the Kinku. So it's like, I don't know, was this a problem when, like, how were things when you left? What was that a problem that you were seeing? Is that part of what drove you to do this? Because I don't know, because you're like sick of it all, or I don't know. She seems like you said she's pretty adherent to the whole like. She's still a super team Kinku.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like maybe that's just a problem with anyone who has to be the fist, right? Because, like, your whole job is, like, I'm going to prune the tree, right? People are a problem, I'm going to fuck them up. And then the other two roles are all the tempering the fist.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, your whole life is just being held back from doing the one shit you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be... I mean, I will say, just talking about it, it's like, it would be nice to see all three work in harmony at least once. I like to have one good example of them all, everything working smoothly, so we can see how there are times when, like, the fist would recognize that, you know what, Kennen was right, I shouldn't stab this fucking guy. It's going to cause more problems, right? Even though it might feel good.
All we needed was Shen being in the fucking cinematic with the Kali and Kennen, and we would have had that.
That's fair. It is like...
Fighting Noxus.
Yeah. You know, the thing, too, I will say about Shin is it's kind of weird to me that she, or I guess it raises questions, this big chip on her shoulder she seems to have about Shin and the current Kinku, and they're like, didn't you just show up? Like, you've been here for 5 minutes. What the fuck do you know about anything? Or has she had some sort of, like, ability to see what's been going on or communicate? She seems very surprised by, like, in the game, which we're kind of talking about. She gets back and seems kind of surprised that, like, oh shit, like some of her VO is like, we fought back the Darken and like this Noxus, whatever that is, like almost caused all this problem. What the fuck's happening? Why are the Kinku so fucked up?
God, yeah, I'd be so mad.
But then it's like, I don't know.
Another really interesting thing from the VO too is her VO to Zed, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
it's like, you kept alive the practices. All right, like
interesting.
Yeah, she's got a couple ones. They've really given her. They've put her in a lot of sort of different positions than a lot of other Ionians. She's very sympathetic and apologetic to Syndra, which is an interesting one.
Someone kind of should be.
Sure, I think that's the thing. Is she's sort of like I feel like they went through the list and it's like, okay, here's all the ways that everyone's like got these things that are wrong. Let's just kind of do the opposite. Maybe not always in the right way, but just like I don't know. It's interesting.
And it makes total sense, right? Because like the period that she's from was a period marked with peace until, an enemy presented itself, in which point she immediately found someone to help her fight and fought back the enemy. And now she's coming back to a period of time where the enemy has basically just been allowed to run roughshod over the land and like completely imbalance everything. Like even in the fighting game, she's just like, oh shit, like why the fuck is there so much imbalance here? There's angry spirits everywhere. How the hell did this happen?
I left for 1,000 years. What the fuck?
But to her, it felt like, the community meme when he leaves to get the pizza.
That's kind of what it is. She is like, I mean, she's like a cryo. I wrote down like cryogenic stasis. That's essentially what we're kind of dealing with here. She's someone who got.
She's Austin Powers.
She's fucking Encino Man. Oh yeah, Austin Powers.
Oh, we
whatever.
got all these 90s refs. We haven't referenced Austin Powers in so long.
Oh, God.
How long was her piss when she came out of there?
She's Demolition Man.
Sure, that's a good one. That's a good one. She doesn't even know how to use the 3 shells. She doesn't know how to use the 6 orbs.
I always forget the name of that movie because John made me watch it, but every time, inevitably, someone will make a joke about the shells, which is what people in the future use to clean their butts after they go poopy. But no one knows how or why. Anyway, that's all I remember about that movie.
That's all you remember about Demolition Man.
Yeah, and Sandra Bullock just being a queen.
Solid. But yeah, so it's an interesting idea. I think that's why it's like, I want to see more for her because she's set up with a very specific perspective, but I think right now, for me, I guess this is like broadly, I want more of like a conflict for her as a character and not so much like I gotta go stop the dark end, but like, what's it like? And the other thing's the same. Some of her VO is kind of like that. It's just like, I don't know, all this shit's different. Everyone's different. Nothing's the same. I'm real, it's real Captain America shit. There's another one you could pull, right? Like,
yeah. I did double check actually just to see, because it seems like she'd get along great with Aurelia, right? They got a lot.
Yeah,
and it does seem like she's seems pretty cool with Aurelia.
Yeah. Does she
Doesn't seem to be mad?
What are her quotes like towards Vestians? Because I am curious what the relationship with Vestians was like before her absence.
I don't remember.
That's a good question.
Talking to any Vestian.
Oh, okay.
I think I know I read a quote that was like, Vestians, y'all are fucking double thumbs up. I don't remember what she exactly said.
Exact quote I know.
Yeah. Vestia, the people of this world owe your ancestors a great debt.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe
that's
they had
what I felt like.
Maybe this is like the Back to the Yi thing where there was some sort of like, what he saw was maybe some sort of vision of the war with the dark, the false coming of the dark end, and the Vestia Ray coming to the aid of, almost a la the coalition fighting against the Watchers at the Battle of the Howling Abyss, right? We've all these repeated examples of groups coming together to fight greater evil. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, could they actually be doing a consistent, like, large scale theme across many different regions, or is it just a fun way to write an adventure story? I don't know.
Now, I did have one question kind of tied to tangentially that, but more just Master Yi. So her quote to Master Yi, 7 lenses, you must be from Wuju. Now, is that canonically a Wuju thing? I thought that was a Doran thing.
Yeah, but I think he probably posted up in Wuju, I guess. I don't quite remember. Be honest with you.
Maybe he read the old texts. This is how many lenses you need. Like, I could do that.
7, no more, no less. If it was 8, I'd be fucked. But 7, we got it.
Do that.
I think that's most of what I want to talk about. One thing I didn't want to catch is that Mayim, they say her name. She's still there. She's still the Fist of the Twilight, it would seem, given that Kinnan is going to go confer with her and Shen.
Those are the 2 quotes I had about the entire game. Yeah. 1, broken spear. 2, I didn't realize Mayhem was still kicking around.
We did talk about it pretty recently in our Kali revisit, because we hadn't read her lore since when we started the podcast. So yeah, I remember like that really standing out to me this time. Be like, I have never heard of this character again. Where did she go?
Right. I wonder if we're gonna see her. Are we gonna get to see?
I'd love to. An Akali reunion.
Well, I was gonna say, are we gonna get to see? Mayhem's.
Faye? Is that who you're talking about?
Faye, yeah. We're gonna get to see Faye.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Finally,
I really want to get an update on Faye.
Honestly, I was so excited when the cinematic first launched, because like it opens with this cool archer, and I was like, oh, is it Faye? Is it Faye? Is it Faye? But then we see that it's not her, and I got real bummed.
I also thought it was
very excited for a second.
But yeah, the only other thing I wanted to talk about was just the game itself. Do you have any thoughts about the game as a game?
I did not get to play it. I'm so sorry.
I will say I always want to like side-scrolling beat 'em ups more than I end up liking them.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know. Every time someone's like, "Oh, you gotta play this, man. It's such a good beat 'em up." I'm like, probably, but like, I don't know. I don't get it. I feel like it's all button mashy to me.
I tend to agree. I tend to have the feeling of like, I can't tell, like, my attacks don't hit, my attacks don't hit. I guess they hit. I guess we're now on the same x-axis, or we're in the same range. You know, it feels a little. This is not the fault of the game. Like I said, this is
Right,
probably
I
not
was
the right
gonna
person to
say,
talk about
this
these
is-
games at all.
Yeah,
but just like the feeling of like, there's a projectile coming, and I gotta like walk my slow ass down the screen to get out of the way of the projectile and stuff.
It's just like, it's not 1984 anymore, you know, like we can...
I mean, what do I know? I like the switching mechanic. If for
mechanic
people
was
who
very
haven't
cool.
played, yeah, you can pick one of the two. You swap between the two characters, and so you can use that to, like, if you're going to get hit by an attack, it creates a counter that kind of stuns everything around you. You can use it to extend combos, and you have like a style meter, right? You fill the style meter, you get a cool AOE attack, right?
Yeah.
One of the skins, one of the Spirit Blossom skins comes to help you do cool shit.
Yeah. It was
So those felt
very Marvel vs. Capcom. I would not be surprised to find out that someone on the fighting game team helped out with this.
Sure.
It is so cool that
But yeah,
they're
it's a
doing
little-
these mini games that are all very different
Right.
types of games.
I love that they decided to do it. It's not
Yeah.
like my favorite type of
Yeah.
game, but like we just got Demon's Hand. Like I can't
Yeah,
be picky.
exactly.
So.
For sure. I was a little surprised how short it was, but I think it's hard for me to temper my expectations against, like, you know, people don't give a shit about... A lot of people are here just to play League of Legends. They do not know what the fuck an Azakana is, or what a... You know what I mean? It's just like, so
Yeah.
getting them to play just a little bit to try and get a little bit of that in there, like, that's probably the extent of how far you can go.
And honestly, like for someone like me that it's not their favorite type of game, like
That's true.
having it be
Yeah,
nice
no,
and
of
short
course.
and still being able to get the lore out and being able to finish it was nice.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. It's a neat thing.
Now she is in a cinematic, kind of, which she's in the Here Tomorrow cinematic, but like not until like the last 5 seconds of it. Oh, actually, one more thing. I don't think we mentioned this. We talked about the temple popping back into existence, right? I don't think we mentioned that in the motion comic when Sinjao was like, "Where do those stairs lead?" And Kennen was like, "Oh, why don't you go up and find him out?" Which we see a little bit in this cinematic Here Tomorrow. I'm pretty sure the temple pops into existence where those stairs were. Like that's what those stairs are leading to.
There's a little animated sequence. Yes. Yeah. There's a little animated sequence, I think, in the ARAM update video. Did y'all watch that at all? Where it shows...
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
There's like a Spirit Blossom monster kind of Spirit Realm monster kind of coming out, and like Yunara kind of shows up, and I think it shows the temple kind of, kind of into the mundane realm. But it's like 5 to 10 seconds of, I don't know what to call it, of animation, and then the rest of it's like, and here's the new ARAM map, and also Bilgewater's back. So it's like, that's the thing about this is it's interesting to look at. I'll be interested to look back on Yunara because it's also spread around across things, and that's why like the bio by itself can be difficult to understand what's exactly going on because it requires a lot of like, okay, you've read this comic, you've watched this little thing, you watched this ARAM update video, like it's strewn.
Right, and it's it's almost like a very Lilia style release too, where like it's being released along with a Spirit Blossom event. The main tour, the main lore is kind of heavily tied to Spirit Blossom, and you're kind of always in the idea of like how much of this is canon, how much of this is Spirit Blossom legend, and yeah, it's in a weird place. I was fully expecting her release skin to also be Spirit Blossom, which I guess technically a half is, but not really.
Yeah.
I like these new Spirit Blossom skins, by the way. Sun-Kissed Summer, the Spirit
Spirit
Blossom
Blossom
Springs. It's cute. I don't know
Cool
why.
party, but in Ionia.
Kind of,
Yeah,
right?
it's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to jump into the Spirit Blossom Spring and talk
Sure.
about AU a bit, or?
I'm down. Oh, Mark. Oh.
Am I there? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. I just decided I'm good. I'm good. Problem.
So yeah, she's got one skin right now. It's part of Sunkissed Summer, the Spirit Blossom Springs. High in the mountains lies a bathhouse where guests go to melt away their worldly cares. This themed retreat, called Spirit Blossom Springs, is an oasis free of drama. Its welcoming staff and magical steam wash away the burdens of battle and memories best forgotten. There are no heroes or villains here, only the restful and the rejuvenated.
It sounds like White Lotus.
That's probably intentional, honestly.
I'm
like a Spirit Blossom
curious.
bathhouse. This is Spirit Blossom Springs Yunara. Yunara's sense of purpose consumes her, tensing her body and mind with an ever-tightening grip. Her friend Ari knew only one thing could relieve such tension. The magical steam of Spirit Blossom Springs. That's in a different AU. Though Yunara was hesitant, she ultimately accepted in order to expand her mind, man, and meditate on what's next.
I mean, we know what's happening next.
We're gonna say we know what's next. Trim your fucking nails, girl. Get in there.
Let me repurpose these orbs. Can we make them vibrate?
Mark said no sex stuff with the orbs. It's a sacred Ionian weapon.
And also, they're out of battery. She's been working those things to
They've been
death,
working
man.
hard these last 1,000
years.
Right?
She only had one set of batteries.
That's disrespectful.
This is
They're
so
like doing some sort of-
disrespectful.
We're
all
gonna
of
get
it.
so many comments on the YouTube channel.
It's not a real nation, but even still, it's
Oh, shit.
good shit. That's a good riff. That's fun. They knew what they were doing.
Right. I do have a few fun facts, by the way.
Oh, let's do
Yeah,
it.
hit me with
Fun.
Oh,
Like the
I'm having
transition.
yeah, sure.
Yunara's official height is 5'6".
Oh,
Which is increased to 5'10" with her platform shoes.
what? Why is she wearing platform shoes?
Why wouldn't she wear platform shoes?
Gonna make them shits clack, man.
That's a massive heel, though. Anyway,
Dog.
go ahead.
It's like one of those ones that has like a goldfish in it. You know, one of those the Yunara was first teased as the next champion in the Here Tomorrow cinematic. That was the first time we got a chance to see her. We didn't know who the
That's
fuck she
true.
was at the
Yeah.
time.
That's true. That's true.
We mentioned this before, but during the Darken War, Yunara served as the Fist of Shadow of the Kinku Order, a title that in recent years Akali held for a very short time. She and Kennen were colleagues, as he was the first and only Heart of the Tempest. And Yunara's master was Lao, a shopkeeper on Koshin's Crossing, who once held the same title.
Is he the one?
he was
The other
the
guy we
old
were
Fist
playing,
of
you're like, yeah, you're like, did this guy just say he's the Fist of the Shadow?
Right? Yeah, on the map.
Like, I don't know, man. I'm
Koshin's
just trying to get killed by a brand.
If you haven't played ARAM
Yeah, I heard him say that
lately,
yeah.
that's one of the new maps is Koshin's Crossing, and yeah, he'll talk your ear off.
He'll get in there, yeah. Those Fists of the Shadow.
Yappers.
I remember the match started and I was so fucking confused. Like, did this bitch just say?
Yeah, those are the exact words. Yeah. Oh man, that's cool.
Wow. Is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah, I
think so. Yeah.
We
Nice.
have we'll do another Spirit Blossom kind of specific episode once we have a chance to get through that
Finish
a bit.
all
But
that,
you
yeah.
have to actually play League to earn Spirit Blossom.
It's been a busy week.
Spirit Petals, and yeah, it's been a busy week, and it's not going to be less busy. So I wouldn't expect this next week either.
Maybe they'll put it all on YouTube. Who knows?
Well, yeah,
Wouldn't that be a blessing?
it's a Spirit Blossom miracle.
Either
Huzzah!
what they It's Spirit Blossom Day, son. Come down.
Troy,
Go buy the biggest
brace.
pedal you can find. That's stupid. Okay, let's get out of here, man.
Okay, well, that was Yunara. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for sticking around as long as you did. If you made it to the end, we have a YouTube. I don't usually start with YouTube, but let's start with YouTube because John just dropped a new parody song.
Just live,
It's
baby.
live. It's a parody of Natalie Portman's rap from Saturday Night Live back in like 2010.
Hell yeah, baby. I was in college at the time, so probably before that.
Oh, nice. It's great. It's from Karma's point of view. John does all the vocals and made a fun video for it and used Karma's quotes in a delicious way. It's very good. I'm so proud of you.
Delicious.
Oh,
That's an interesting descriptor. I like that.
We also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/loreheads. John streams are on Saturdays. He starts doing some indie games, and then he'll do TFT and ARAMs with viewers.
Sorry I missed the past few weeks. Like I mentioned, it's been
been
very busy. This
and I think
Saturday
you're
is
gonna
also
miss
not looking
this
good.
Saturday, it's because we're going out for my birthday. You don't have to be so...
I just said this Saturday's
Sorry,
not
guys.
looking
It's all
good for...
Rebecca's
that's
fault,
fine.
everybody. Just
It is my fault. Sunday?
say no
I
birthday
can do
next
Sunday
year.
if it's cool with you.
This will be posted by then. Anywho. We also have a Discord. You want to find some people to play League with or post memes or make fun of us? Check out the Discord. We also have a Patreon. Thank you so much for all of our patrons.
But a very special thank you to our sole remaining Medarda tier patron, King of Hearts.
Oh, he's been waiting for this.
He killed him. He finally found and killed Mr.
I
Daddy.
know. He can finally stop the subscription.
There is no one I would rather be stuck in this spirit realm with for 1,000 years other than you. I meant what I said.
Wow.
There it is.
Happy birthday, hun.
Join us next time while we talk about something lore related that we have yet to figure out.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep.